from one of the founding members, Analess, and then we will inshallah have Shaykh Ghassan talking to us after that. So could we please welcome them forward with the salawat.
Wow, I didn't know there were so many people over here. Thank you for inviting us to come. As I said, we're speaking from the Abrahamic Reunion, and I'm not quite sure how the system works. I think we have to advance a slide here. I'm not sure if he's going to... There we go. So we started our organization to bring people together so they could get to learn about each other and understand each other and know each other better. And so these are some of the peacemakers in the world that we have taken inspiration from. There we go. So our work began when we went to the Holy Land. Let's see if he's going to advance this slide. Yeah. And we went to this area to try and meet enlightened spiritual practitioners who were trying to bring about peace in the area to their congregations, whatever denomination or faith they were. And we can advance the slide. So what we realized as we started meeting these people is, although they were working within their own congregations, they didn't know each other very well. So we started by bringing them together. And then we also brought them into one another's places of prayer so that they could learn about each other. And we started text study groups so that they could learn about each other's spiritual teachings. You can see here there's Muslims and Christians and Jews here studying each other's texts together to learn about each other's religions. We also work in school systems, bringing children together so that they can also learn about each other's cultures and spiritual practices, because in this region in particular, the schools are often segregated by religion. So we can go forward with this slide. Oops. Just wait a minute. Huh? Yeah. Hopefully it'll come back in the same place. Do they also not have a signal, or do they? Okay. Okay, so before we were in community centers, we also work in prisons. We go into the prison system so that the inmates there can learn to dialogue with each other about one another's religions, because that's a population that's particularly prone to radicalization. They feel like they've done something that's irredeemable, and so they often get involved in extreme views because they want to redeem themselves. So we also work in governments. Here we're actually in the Israeli Knesset, and we're working with, at that point, they wanted to reduce the call to prayer in certain areas of Jerusalem, and so we went in to try and facilitate them keeping the call to prayer in those neighborhoods. So that's another example. This is our international director, Ghassan Mansara. He's actually over there with the men right now. And he is here talking with Erdogan. And he goes around meeting with a lot of the political leaders around the world to also encourage them. This is one of our annual iftar dinners that we have. It's a multi-faith iftar dinner. And we do create festivals so that people can learn about each other's celebrations and important events in each other's religions and what they represent. So, but we started off with the iftar. And here we have one of our Christian peacemakers, a Muslim peacemaker, and a Jewish peacemaker, all holding up dates to break the fast at Ramadan, and so that they could celebrate iftar together. This is a church that was burned in the Sea of Galilee by some Jewish radicals. And we go into places like this, places where there's been desecration of sacred places. This is a mixed group of Muslims, um, Jews, Druze, and Jews coming to restore the sacred place. So we cleaned it, we donated Bibles to them, and we also host walks, multi-faith walks with religious leaders in their congregations through areas that are segregated by religion to show the possibility of being able to be together and live in a peaceful, unified society. Most of these pictures were taken in the Holy Land, but we do this work in the United Kingdom, in Germany, and in the USA as well. And so we do this work so people can learn to understand each other, so that they can learn to love each other, and hopefully out of that we'll create a more peaceful and understanding world, a more tolerant world. So this is a group of our spiritual leaders coming together. So this is the last slide. So thank you. As I said, most of these slides were done in Israel, because we do a lot of work in Israel and Palestine trying to create better understanding between the communities there, and that's why it ended with both Hebrew and Arabic on this particular slide. But thank you for your inviting us to come. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. First of all, really thank you for having us here to speak and to talk about our work, not only in the Holy Land, Israel, Palestine, and UK, Germany, Europe, USA, and Canada. We began, come to say, in 2000, almost 18 years, to create a new way of understanding. We know that in the history we had lots of stations that we can stop there and we can see the connection between all of the people together, between the diverse religions and diverse thinking and philosophy, scientists and different things. You know, we began in different areas in the world: Damascus, Iraq, Baghdad, and after that Egypt, until Andalusia, until Al-Andalus, we say, in Cordoba, and in Granada, Sevilla, Ishbilia, and different places. We had many people came to talk together and to create lots of connection and knowledge together. But the most important thing that we say, listen, we have different kind of religions, different kind of madahib, schools in this world. It's great to have differences between us. Because look at the ayah, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا. Oh people, we created you from a male and from female, and we have made you nations and tribes to know one another. Look at God's will, إرادة المولى, to be different, to have differences. For what? For nothing? For to know one another, for the knowledge. God wants to bring us to know one another. This difference is for to create a different kind of knowledge, not to fight, unfortunately. In all of the world, we have lots of clash because you are different than me. We need to change this understanding to know one another. Try to know, because when I will know you, many of the different things, the ignorant will solve, and we can be together, and we can understand one another. And this is our work since 18 years, to create a new connection, to understand one another, to know, to feel one another. The feeling is very important to active in our lives, not only to put the rational side in our way or in our path. I think it's very important to create emotional and rational sides together to connect and to save most of the people in this land. Believe me, in the Jannah, there is a place for all of the people all around the world. And if anyone say, I want to take this part, that part, there's no others will come to our part. It's not true. We don't know who will be there first. I think all of us will be there. I hope we will not fight at the gate there. No, we will not do it. But inshallah, we will enter together hand by hand and heart by heart, all of us together. Because you know, what is my goal in this world? I don't want to lose anyone, any person in this world. And all of our strategy in Abrahamic Reunion, we don't need to lose one another. I'm so happy with my neighbors. I live in Florida, in Sarasota. You know, I have many neighbors all around my neighborhood. And we have a very good connection together. We know one another. On the time of my pray, I, alhamdulillah, make wudu, ablution, and I come to pray. And the same they are doing, you know. But in the end, in any holiday, my holiday, Islamic holiday, they come to visit me. In the Christian holiday, I go to visit them. Jewish holidays, I go to visit them. You know, it's so nice to see the differences between us. When I go back, first of all, I thank God for my religion, right? That God gave me this religion. But I thank God that He allowed me to see these people and to study from them, to understand them, you know, to know who they are. This is our way and this is our path. We are here in UK. We creating many things. We have the directors here, Michael and Amanda Kenton. They are the directors in UK. Soon you'll see many programs and many works that we can be together, and I hope all of us here to be with them. And also after that we'll move to Germany to we did and we are doing until now, and in different places all around the world. You know, we need your prayer for our successful together to create the great human being connection. The religion is very great power for our life, between us and between God. This is the vertical dimension. We need to activate the horizontal dimension in our life to connect with all of the people. I will not speak a lot. I am a dry mouth and I'm very hungry, you know. But thank you, and inshallah I'll see you soon and we'll work together. Assalamu alaikum.